Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Megan Miller,
And I'm Joe Smith.
and this is We'll Decide Wednesday, a special feature of the Do Better podcast. How is everyone doing today?
I know I'm doing well. How are you doing, Megan?
I am doing well too. I recently, and by recently I mean on Monday, I've been trying to do better with like my back to my low carb, high fat, keto-y type stuff in January. And I did pretty decent, but for February I decided to follow a meal plan. So I
Hmm.
cooked a lot and now I'm really tired. So there's this like period on the first like week or two when you do keto, when your body's like adjusting, where you're just like exhausted. So I'm in that phase right now. I never do this, but I got home. I took Taylor out after school for a little bit and I got home at like 4:30, and at from like 6 to 7 I laid down in bed and like slept. I'm so
Good
tired.
for you. That's what you need to do. Listen to your body.
Yeah. So what about you, Joe? How's it going there?
Good, good. It's already starting to be a fun, busy week. I haven't been meal prepping. I need to get back on that. But I know, so we started our foster care journey again. We started our intro classes. We have our first visit tomorrow to just overview the house and see to make sure that there's no holes in the wall. And of course, there's no major construction projects going on right now. But that's going to start, and that's going to be a 6 week journey. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah, we're excited and ready to go, and it's going to be a long but fun process.
Yeah. Well, I hope everything goes smoothly for you.
I hope so too. I thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
And
Well, huh?
and I'm just like ready to go. All right, so let's go.
All right. I was gonna
Uh,
say, should we spin the wheel?
yeah, we
All
should
right.
spin
We
the
have
wheel.
so many topics on there right now. I'm so excited about this.
I know it helps that our Do Better Collective is like really stepping up and helping us out with more topics um and
College or pro football, and you get to go first this time. So,
awesome. All right. So I'm gonna set. So as you guys know, we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds each to talk about this particular topic. I'm gonna go first. Let me set my alarm up. All right, and my time starts now. So, college or pro football? This is a really tough question. I think it depends on what what you want to see out of the game. Um, for me, I love to see players playing at their fullest potential and playing with heart. And I'm not putting down pro football, but I think for college football, they're doing it absolutely 100% for the love of the game. They're not doing it for the endorsements. They're not doing it for the money. Um, they are doing it because it's what they love to do, and they want to show the world how amazing they are as a player and how dedicated they are to the game. I think because of that, college football really hits home for me and is like one of the most uh, fun sports to watch. Pro football, I think I love it because like I grew up, everyone talks about NFL, and of course, I'm a Steelers fan, and you can get the merchandise, the you get all the merchandise for the players that you love on your team. Um, but I also feel like with pro football, there is just this. The downside is that the players are playing for money, and they have alternative motives behind playing. And it's no longer just because you have the passion, you don't care about the the extra stuff that you get because of you playing pro football. Um, but that's my reason why I love college football. I think it's great. I think the players are there to play ball. And it's also fun to watch them grow over the years of playing for your college football team, to see them grow into becoming a pro football player too. I like that journey. So, and then my time is up.
All right.
So,
Kind of boring because mine's kind of similar to yours, but I'll try to put an extra spin on it. I'm just getting my timer set. And feel free, those of you watching, we have Lisa on Facebook Live said, tough choice. I guess I will go pro. For me, it's really all about the tailgate. And that's a good point. It's something I'll touch on there. And those of you who are watching on Facebook or joined us on Zoom, I'll do mine and then feel free to share your thoughts. So I definitely am also a college football vote, partially for the reasons that Joe was saying about how it's not about a paycheck or anything. They're doing it for supposedly, more for the love of the game. But I also have some other reasons. One is just selfish. My college football team is better than your college football team. No, my college football team is better than the pro football team that I root for. So it's a little easier to watch college football. Also, it's a little bit more consistent in terms of scheduling to watch the games. So college football is pretty much always on Saturdays. But the NFL, it could be on a Sunday or a Monday or a Thursday. So from a scheduling perspective, it's a little easier. I'll touch on what Lisa said about the tailgate. So this is a funny story for you. My dad and I were at an Ohio State game when I was getting my PhD. And there was like a tailgate across the street at this place that everybody goes to. And we were there. And then we went over to the parking lot where like everyone tailgates, and he had just parked and like had his car there or whatever. So we each grab a beer from like beers that he had brought. And we're just like standing there out beside his car, like drinking our beer. And a policeman comes by and he's like, "Are you drinking?" And we were like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh yeah, no, you can't do that here." And we were like, "What?" And like looking all around, and like everybody's drinking at these like tailgates. And we're like, "What?" And he goes, "Well, maybe you could just go ask one of those people over there for a red cup, because like, if I don't know what's in it, you can drink it. But if you can't just sit here with like a can of beer." Okay. So I guess the tailgates are better at NFL games. I've only tailgated outside of a XFL game here in Tampa before COVID hit. There was Cardale Jones was here playing an XFL game at the Buck Stadium. So we went to like a Buckeyes tailgate for that. But I actually haven't been to an NFL tailgate, which is surprising. But I have to imagine it's better than the college ones if those are the types of rules they have at college tailgates. And then the other thing I was going to say real quick, the overtime rules. I used to not like the overtime rules for the NFL. I like how in college football, it's like each team gets the ball if there's a tie. And they, play until to see what happens in each possession. And the NFL, it used to be like whoever started with the ball, if they scored, the game was over, whether they scored a field goal or a touchdown. And the Browns, as you can imagine, would always get screwed on that. Now they've changed it to where each team gets a turn unless the initial possession scores a touchdown, which I still don't like that either. I think each team should get a try. My dad's argument is like, well, the team that doesn't start with the ball is getting a try because their defense just has to prove that they can stop the other team from scoring. But I don't like that. I think each team should get a try. So that was my time. I can't believe I actually talked more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds about why I like college football better. And then I still somehow gave a vote for pro football with the tailgate. Lisa said on Facebook Live, black and yellow, black and yellow. And she said her pro team and college team both have losing streaks, so it's hard to watch. And my mom finally remembered to join us. Hi, Mom.
Well, here's your team, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, Lisa, share your pro and college team with us. I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share. And then any of our people that have joined from the collective, do you have a vote, or are you all like bored out of your mind that we're talking about football?
Well, it was my question, so I'm not bored.
Well, Oklahoma doesn't have a football NFL team, do they?
We do not. We have a basketball team, but we have a pretty decent, University of Oklahoma has a pretty decent college team. And the year I was there, we went to the championship, national championship, and won, which was a long, long time ago. But I still root for them, and we love Bob Stoops and Lincoln Riley. And I have a spattering of pro teams I follow. Obviously, Baker going to Cleveland kind of put that team up on my radar. But I like all football. I'll watch all the football.
I'll chime in. I like both. I think I was fortunate to go to Florida State when we were winning, and we had a bunch of SEC championships, and that was so much fun. And then I was living in Jacksonville when they were first petitioning to bring the Jaguars. So it was fun to be a part of a city that was like really pushing to have a pro team. And so everybody was, when we got them, it was just crazy, the level of fans, coming out. I volunteered to serve beer for the autism, group that was there. So I got to go to all the games free.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Lisa, did you want to say that, Joe?
Yeah, so Lisa's team is the Jets and Rutgers. Did I say that right? Yeah,
Rutgers.
Rutgers, yeah. And I said in the chat that the Jets will come back. And
the Bills did, so the Jets eventually have to. The Browns are, on their way. So
I'm hoping the Giants will come back. The reason why I like the New York Giants and I want them to come back is because Saquon Barkley is on that team.
Is because who? What?
Saquon Barkley.
I thought you said State Farm. I was like, what? We're basing it off insurance companies now.
But yeah, no, it's Saquon Barkley from Penn State, and he's just an amazing athlete. So I'm hoping like next year he'll come back and the Giants will have a better line for him to help support him. So we shall see.
Got to have a good O-line.
You do.
Well, whoever said Rutgers, I'm super proud of you, because my son goes to Rutgers and I did not mention them because they are so sad. And now that Meg got into Penn State, I feel like I have a better team to root for.
That's so funny. Cool. Well, does anyone have any ideas of other things to add to the wheel? We have quite a few topics right now, so It's okay if you don't, but keep those wheels turning so we can add topics if needed. Everybody.
I'm not getting anything yet, but keep that open and we'll definitely add it.
I may have capped out at. You may have to stop my submissions.
My mom said, I don't even know what she's talking. She said she's going to root for the Tampa Buccaneers. I guess, yeah, who's everybody rooting for in the Super Bowl this weekend?
Oh, that's a good topic.
Well, that's just, I guess, open-ended, because by the time we meet again, it'll be over. And then my mom said, my gift to you, Megan, was a press box for the Browns. So I guess she's saying that, but I don't know that was actually going to happen. The Browns are not in the Super Bowl, in case you didn't know. But yeah, I have to root for the Buccaneers. I live here in Tampa, like St. Pete, Tampa, so you can't really not root for them. So
I'm going to root for Kansas City Chiefs, just because I don't want Tom Brady to win another Super Bowl. And then
why doesn't anyone like winners anymore?
I love winners. It's just the fact that, how can you just go from one team?
Because you're a stellar athlete in your 40s and you're hot as hell. That's how.
All All right. He's cleaning off the nightshades. That's why.
Like, he's a nice guy. It's not like he's a jerk or anything. Oh, he is. Oh, well, Leslie just ruined my life. Apparently,
Say it out loud.
apparently he likes a certain someone that I don't like. So, well, I'm still going to root for the Buccaneers because I live here. But I do think like Mahomes and like how young he is and everything, like I just really want to see a good game. Do you all know how much The Weeknd has paid for their Super Bowl performance? I did not know that this is how this works. So
$10 million.
we have all,
10 million.
Not 10, but close. So like on the radio here, like that's all they've been talking about for weeks now, right? Because we're hosting the Super Bowl. But then when Tampa got in, it's like even more. So just every day I turn it on, hear all this stuff. So apparently when you agree to play at the Super Bowl, so just keep this in mind for whenever they ask you to be a performer for the Super Bowl, they don't pay you to play. And the Super Bowl has a budget of like what they'll pay to like do your performance, and you have to keep your performance within that budget. Well, The Weeknd didn't like that budget, so they're paying an additional $7 million for their performance. And now I'm like, this better be the best dang thing I've ever seen in my life. And I hope that money went to some really good, but they've been doing a lot of cool things. Like The Weeknd hit up some local restaurant in Tampa that's Black owned. And they bought meals for some of the healthcare workers. And then a few of the players have bought like tickets and stuff for the healthcare. So like, that's cool too, to see, especially with COVID and everything, like the people giving back to the local area and all that. So that's been fun to hear about too.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, but be ready because The Weeknd's apparently dropping some stuff.
And
now we're all going to be super disappointed.
I mean, that might be the next topic, the best Super Bowl performance you have ever seen.
I will put that on the wheel. I probably won't be able to remember, but I'll have to like refresh my, like, it's probably just going to be was it Shakira and J-Lo from last year?
Who was it from last year?
I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
I remember.
Yeah, that was it. Shakira totally blew away J-Lo. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shakira did. Yeah. I know one year was the Who, and then another year was Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, and Janet Jackson.
Yeah, well, nobody's gonna forget that one. My mom chimed back in on Facebook Live and said 1 year. So Nick Saban, little known fact, used to be the defensive coordinator for the Browns back in the day. And my mom is an interior designer, and she was his interior designer. So this was when he was a nobody. And he gave us box seats, I guess, for the game. And I went, but I don't remember it. So sorry about that. Anyway. All right. Well, I have to get ready for our weekly meetings with me. So hopefully some of you will join us there, and we'll see you again next week for We'll Decide Wednesday. Thanks
All
for
right,
joining.
guys. Go
Hey,
forth and be
everyone.
better.